Hello friends, welcome you all. I am Dr. Ramakrishna. Today we have discussed about data collections methodologies. How to collect data, what are the types of data we can use. There are two main sampling methods for quantitative research. Under that, number one, probability sampling method, and second one, non-probability sampling methods. We have classified two kinds of that. One is that probability sampling method. Second one is that non-probability sampling methods. Why we have to use these two methods? In the sense we have to collect for quantitative data. Under that, number one is that we should know what do you mean by probability sampling method. It's a theory of the probability is used to filter individuals from a population and create sample in a probability sampling. Participants of a sample are chosen random selection processes. Here we have to select the participants for random basis. Each member of the target audience has an equal opportunity to be select in the samples. Actually here we have to choose the sample size with go with the random selections of the samples or participants for data collection. This method has been used very widely for collections of data. Here there are under this method means random sampling method. Under this we have to classify. There are four main types of probability sampling methods. There are four types of probability sampling methods. Here under that, number one is that simple random sampling methods. Here name indicates simple random sampling is nothing but a random selection of elements for a sample. This sampling technique is implemented where the target population is considerably large. Particularly where the population size is very too large or too big, under that we can go with simple random sampling methods. These kinds of the techniques, it would be very widely used. At the same time, whenever we have to use this method, researcher can collect data. It would be very easy whenever we can go with or adopt with this simple random sampling methods. Many research methods, particularly for the subjects like sociology, economics, public administration, political sciences, these are all the subjects the research scholars has been used particularly for this random sampling methods for collections of quantitative data. Another method is that stratified random sampling method. Here, foremost here, in the stratified random sampling method, a large population is divided into groups and members of the sample are chosen randomly. First of all, here also it is like a stratified sampling method, stratified random sampling method. First of all, we have to classify or divide it into different kinds of the groups. Then we have to choose a member or a participant, choose a random selections basis. First of all, here also population is very large, very big. At the time we have to classify or divide it into groups. Then we can go with members or members of a sample chosen randomly. Samples are chosen random basis methods for data collections. Another one is that cluster sampling method. Third one is that cluster sampling method. Cluster sampling is a probability sampling method using which the main segment is divided into a cluster, usually using geographic and demographic segmentation parameters. Demographic and geographic, particularly for the classifications or selections of the locations. Geographic means study area or locations. Demographic segmentations in the sense populations. Say for example here for most here, particularly the selections of the locations or a study area. What the researcher can do usually in the sense the locations is most important. Which locations are a study area, we can go with that. Then only it would be more appropriate. The geographic in the sense what are the issues or problems particularly for the arises for that regions, then only we can conduct the research. That would be, we can, this kind of the methods, a sampling method, particularly for the cluster samplings. We can go with either it is based on the geographic or a area or a demography, means populations. It is depend upon locations or a geography, and populations or a demographic segmentations. We can consider as a taking as a parameters. This kind of the parameters has been used particularly for the geographic reasons or a locations or a demographic, means population studies. We can go with the populations. Whenever we have to choose a large kind of the populations, we can divide, and also that would be more appropriate particularly for the, it is depending or based on the geography and demographic, means locations as well as populations. Another one is that systematic sampling method. This is also more widely used methods for collections of the data. Systematic sampling is a technique where the starting point of the sample is chosen randomly and all the other elements are chosen using a fixed interval. This interval is calculated by dividing the population size by the target sample sizes. Say for example, here sampling is a technique where the starting point of the sample is chosen randomly. At the same time, all the other elements are chosen fixing intervals. Usually in the statistics we can say that class intervals. What do you mean by that? Say for example, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 15 to 20, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. We can call it as a, what do you mean, what is the class intervals for these two? 5 to 10, 5 to 10, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, like that. We can take it as a 0 to 5, 5 to 10, like that. 5 plus 10, we can add it, then we can go with, what do you mean by the class intervals in the sense? Divided by 2, 5 into 10, 15 divided by 2 in the sense 15, 7.5, it comes under the 7.5, it is the class intervals. Here there is a intervals, systematically selects the participant of the intervals. Best example is that there is a 200 participants or a sample sizes. At the time we can go with a systematic sampling methods. Say for example, we can take it as a 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100, and so on. At the time, what do you mean by what is the class interval for that? We can go with a systematic sampling. Either we choose with 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, like that. Otherwise, we can go with class interval, the numbers or participants as samples methods 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that. Otherwise, we can go with 1, 11, 21, 31, like that. This is the systematic, and also systematically selection the sample sizes. Then only we can go with easy to collect the data by the respondents. These are all the 4 important sampling methods. We can use it in the probability sampling methods under that number 1. Another one is that number 2, main types, non-probability sampling methods. Non-probability sampling methods. What are those? Here, convenience sampling method. Convenience sampling method. These samples are quick and easy to implement as there is no other parameters of selection involved. Yes. Convenience sampling means researcher, it is based on the researcher convenience. Say for example, time, place, sample sizes, which samples we can go with that, which the participants or respondents we can choose. We can, according to our researcher or study convenience based that time, locations, economic conditions, environment, at the same time collections of the data. These are all the criteria it would be included in the convenience sampling methods. Another one is that consecutive sampling methods. This is another second type of non-probability sampling methods. This is here the fact that researcher can choose a single element or a group of samples and conducted a research. Here either we can go with a single elements or samples, or a group of samples and conduct research. A group of samples, say for example, any group, say like a women's, coil industries, there is a women, a group of women, we can conduct. What is the economic status, what is the social status, how can we generate the income, how to maintain the family, what is the family income, what is their income. We can classify like that, then only we can go with that. Either this method particularly introduce the, one is that single element or a group of sample and a single element or a group of element or a group of sample sizes, then only we can go with that. Means group of samples, then we have to conduct a research. Another one is that quota sampling methods. Quota sampling, this method is using quota sampling. Researcher can select element using their knowledge of target groups and personalities to form data. Here, for more here, members of various data can then be chosen to be a part of the samples as per the researcher understanding. Particularly, this quota samplings, researcher can select element using their knowledge of a target or a trends and personalities. Here, knowledge based target groups has been selected. Knowledge based, say for example, a equal group means equal group, equal knowledge, or equal age or equal knowledge. So that we can choose why we have to choose or classify like that, because this method, quota sampling method, it tells that knowledge based target respondents, knowledge based target respondents only we can choose and conduct a research and collections of the data. And also members of various data, and also members of various data, and also to researcher can understanding, means the knowledge of how to choose the sample sizes and also collect the sample sizes. In the sense, it is basically a knowledge of target trends or personalities. Knowledge based personalities we have to conduct. Researcher can conduct a research study and then you have to collect the data. Another method is that snowball sampling method. Snowball sampling is conducted with target audience which are difficult to contact and get information. It is popularly in cases where the target audience for research is rare to put together. Yes, best example is the snowball sampling is conducted with target audience which are difficult to conduct, get information. Say for example, snowball sampling particularly for collections of data. In this method, the data collection, say for example, you have to meet some politicians, collect the data. So at the time you are going to meet the politicians, he is very busy, he is talking with somebody. At the time, his researcher can collect the information from his PA, means those who are besides either personal secretary or someone, they can get and collect the data. This one is it is popular in case where the target audience for research is rare to put together. Say for example, research audience put together means togetherness. It is very difficult to get. Otherwise, the target audience, it is very rare to put together. These kinds of the sample size, in this sample size, the sample respondents are participants. We cannot put together. It is very difficult. That's what we can go with the quota sampling method. Get information from either target participants or related personalities. Then only we can collect the data sampling methods, means data collections. Last one is that judgmental sampling methods. Judgmental sampling is a non-probability sampling method where samples are created only based on the researcher experience and skills. This is very interesting. How to judge? That's what I told you many slides videos in the last videos also. Researcher is having a good experience and also skills, means research skills, how to conduct these kinds of judgment sampling methods. Judgment sampling methods, I think the researcher must having a good knowledge for collections of data and also meeting of the respondents or participants. Here, the researcher experience, how to get experience. Many times we are telling that many institutions, many experts telling that, do you have any research experience? How to get research experience? You have to get travel more. You have to get travel more. Travel more in the sense you meet different personalities, publics, passengers. While you are traveling by train or bus, we have to meeting different kinds of the people. You have to get some experience, knowledge, and also you have to visit research institutions, those who expertise in the field of your topic or subject. You have to meet him and collect the data. Then only you have to enhancing of the skills, acquiring the knowledge and skills, and also you have to get more experiences. So that these are all the methods has been used particularly for the quantitative data collections methodologies. Just these two methods, probability sampling method and also non-probability sampling methods. Why these two methods? It can be widely used methods for the quantitative data collections. This would be very easy to, whenever we can go with this methodologies, adoptions of these methodologies. Definitely, I assure that I tell you, researcher must knows all the methodologies, all the types, probability and non-probability, why we can use it, where we can use, how can we choose the sample sizes, sample methods, sample sizes, selections of the sample sizes. It would be more challenging, so that you have to get more knowledge before conducting of the data collections. You should know what you mean by these probability and non-probability sampling methods. You can understand very well. I hope you watch full video, then you can understand very well. At the same time, get subscribe and like, share, and also you can benefit it more. Thank you very much. Meet you next videos. Have a good day.